The music industry has brought forward many legends that have had millions, if not billions of fans over the entire planet. When you think of the all-time greats, the Beatles with their cult-like following, Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley immediately come to mind. Out of those that are still alive, who are the richest musicians in the world as of 2020? Keep watching to find out. As a short notice, we would like to play short bits of their music, but you probably know that the copyright situation regarding music is very precarious on YouTube. Sadly, this means that we are unable to play any music clips from the singers on the list. With this out of the way, let's start. Number 10. Madonna. Having been referred to as the Queen of Pop since the 1980s, she is widely considered as one of the most impactful figures in popular culture. Besides being one of the best singers ever, Madonna has also been working as a songwriter, as an actress, as an author and as a record executive. Overall, she has amassed a net worth of $590 million. After initially performing as a drummer, guitarist and vocalist in rock bands, Madonna signed a contract as a singer in 1982 and released her debut album in 1983. Ever since then, she has consistently been releasing a series of successful albums and attained over a dozen of #1 singles. During her entire career, Madonna has managed to sell over 300 million records worldwide, which led to her being certified as the best-selling female music artist of all time by Guinness World Records. Number 9. Bono. The Irishman is not only the lead singer of rock band U2, but also a successful songwriter, venture capitalist, businessman and philanthropist, which pushed his net worth to an impressive $700 million. Since Bono is always wearing sunglasses, he probably has a nice endorsement deal with the sunglasses company as well. Besides winning 22 Grammy Awards with U2, Bono has collaborated with other giants of the music scene, such as Frank Sinatra, Johnny Cash, Bruce Springsteen, Kylie Minogue, Jay-Z, Rihanna and reportedly Jennifer Lopez. Apart from his music, Bono is well known for his activism for social justice causes, both through U2 and as an individual. Particularly Africa is of high importance to him. He has founded a number of organizations to help disadvantaged people all over the continent. Due to his social commitments and achievements, he has been knighted in March 2007. Number 8. Dr. Dre. Born in Compton, California, Dr. Dre is one of the defining figures behind the current rap genre. Besides releasing a number of albums and songs like the famous Still Dre himself, he also founded a record label and focused on producing other artists. He must have had a great eye for talent. Among others, he has produced albums for and overseen the careers of many great rappers, such as Tupac, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, The Game and Kendrick Lamar. As most other musicians on the list, Dr. Dre has made a lot of money in other industries as well. He's most well known for the headphone brand Beats by Dr. Dre, which he sold to Apple in May 2014 for a total valuation of $3 billion. Though it remains unknown how much equity he held at the time of the deal, it probably earned him a few $100 million. The deal remains Apple's most expensive acquisition to date and is the main reason for Dr. Dre's total net worth of $800 million as of 2020. There are several other rappers on the list, so keep watching to find out who's the king of the rap game. Number 7. Celine Dion. As the youngest of 14 siblings, the Canadian first started out as a teen star in her home country with a number of French albums during the 1980s. After learning English, she released her English debut album in 1990 and immediately gained widespread fame. This was followed up by more best-selling albums late in the 90s. Celine Dion is the best-selling Canadian artist and one of the best-selling artists of all time, with over 200 million copies sold worldwide. In addition to that, she built a reputation as a highly successful live performer, most notably as the highest-earning concert residency of all time in Las Vegas, at $500,000 for every concert. She did over 1,000 concerts on this contract. Thanks to this, her net worth reached a total of $800 million in 2020. Number 6. Puff Daddy aka Sean Combs. As all the other rappers on the list, P. Diddy is not only a singer but also a songwriter, record producer, record executive, entrepreneur and an actor. After quiet career beginnings in the background as a producer, P. Diddy released his first single Can't Nobody Hold Me Down in 1997. The single was a huge success and spent 28 weeks in the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 1. After further successful albums, he started appearing on TV as executive producer of the MTV show Making the Band, and he kept producing music in collaboration with other all-time greats, such as Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. Besides music, P. Diddy also owns a clothing line called Sean John, 50% of vodka brand Ciroc, and an undisclosed share in calorie-free beverage company Aqua Hydrate. All in all, his net worth in 2020 amounts to $820 million. Number 5. Herb Alpert. This guy is probably unknown to many, but he achieved decades of success in different disciplines of the music industry. While Herb Alpert is most famous for being a jazz trumpeter, he is also the only musician to ever hit the number 1 spot on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts as both a vocalist and an instrumentalist. Herb Alpert was initially motivated to record the music he later became famous for after watching a bullfight in Tijuana, Mexico. He was impressed by the emotional responses of the crowd and by the way a mariachi band always introduced the fights. This experience kickstarted his career in 1962. He was still releasing music as of 2016. Over the course of his long career, he also made music for the James Bond movies, he played at a Super Bowl, and he later successfully branched out into the R&B industry. Overall, his almost 60 years long career has led to a net worth of $880 million US. Number 4. Jay-Z. Jay-Z is the next rapper on our list, though he is not the top dog. At the age of 50, Jay-Z is one of the younger musicians on our list. He only began his music career in 1995 by founding the record label Roc-A-Fella Records. After he released his first album in 1996, he quickly reached worldwide fame and kept releasing one great album after the other. To date, he holds the record for the most number 1 albums by a solo artist on the Billboard 200 with 14. Jay-Z is not only one of the most successful musicians ever, but also a very successful businessman. He owns a wide-reaching business empire that includes clothing lines, beverages, real estate, sports teams and record labels. This very impressive career puts Beyoncé's husband at a total net worth of $1 billion US as of 2020. Number 3. Paul McCartney. Together with John Lennon, Paul McCartney was the Beatles' main songwriter and vocalist. Paul McCartney can be considered one of the greatest and most successful composers and performers of all time. Throughout his gigantic career with the Beatles and later his solo career, he has written or co-written 32 songs that have reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Starting in Liverpool, the Beatles created a mania that is unparalleled in music history. They were celebrated as godlike everywhere they went and are widely considered the most popular music group ever. And even after the Beatles disbanded, Paul McCartney sustained a very successful solo career that spanned over several decades. He managed to collaborate with musicians such as Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Johnny Cash, George Michael, Kanye West and Rihanna. No wonder that this remarkable career earned him a knighthood and a total net worth of $1.2 billion US. Number 2. Andrew Lloyd Webber. Webber is an English composer and impresario of musical theatre. The role of an impresario can be compared to that of a film or television producer. His most famous musicals include Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita, Cats, The Phantom of the Opera, and School of Rock. These musicals were so well written that some of the songs in them were widely successful even outside of the plays. Webber has been so good at writing plays that the Daily Paragraph ranked him the 5th most powerful person in British culture, and that lyricist Don Black said he more or less single-handedly reinvented the musical. The list of his awards is so long that we cannot numerate it here, but it includes an Oscar and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, as well as personal meetings with powerful people, such as former President Bush and Vladimir Putin. Oh, and of course he was knighted by the Queen. All of these accomplishments make it very clear how he reached his net worth of $1.28 billion US. Number 1. Kanye West. At the age of 43 and a net worth of $1.3 billion US, Kanye West is at the same time the youngest and the richest musician on the list. Kanye first started out in the early 2000s by producing singles for several mainstream artists for Jay-Z's Roc-A-Fella Records label before releasing his first album in 2004. After his first album already was widely successful, he kept releasing albums in a yearly rhythm, at times in collaboration with other greats such as Jay-Z, Katy Perry, Paul McCartney, Elton John and others. Being a person that often wanders between genius and craziness, Kanye is known for his very controversial statements and actions. Most recently, he announced his bid to run in the 2020 US presidential election, although the chances of him winning are infinitesimally small. Kanye's main source of wealth has been his collaboration with Adidas and the resulting release of the Yeezy shoe brand beginning in 2013. As a part owner of the brand Yeezy, Kanye directly rakes in a good proportion of its profits, which is a lot of money. As a conclusion, we have created a chart for an easy comparison between the different musicians. We think that especially Kanye's wealth is extremely impressive, since he is also the youngest on the list. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel so that you can see future videos. Feel free to tell us in the comments about your favorite musicians and about musicians that you think are missing from the list.